This is a tutorial to show you how to use the Adobe Illustrator Draw. When you open the app, you can choose the size of your canvas. You can also choose the size of your canvas using the Settings button and clicking on Format. When you click on the settings, you can also rotate your canvas any which way that you would like. You can use the grid option and do a 2-point perspective grid to make 3D objects, whether it's building or block letters of your name. You can really make your drawing stand out in a 3D form with this tool. You can also use the grid as a 2D surface. This can help with straight lines or enlarging a photo or image. This tool, if you click on the Get Started, it allows you to explore different tools of the app. So trace freehand with brushes, work with color, and it has great tutorials on using this app to enhance your work. How to share and save your drawing. Also in settings, you can do the Did You Know button, and it gives you helpful hints on how to add color by tapping, how to undo by swiping left, how to redo by swiping right, and many more. If you do not want to walk through the steps of the Did You Know and just need a friendly reminder of the finger gestures that you can use, you can click on View All Gestures, and it will walk you through just a quick image reminder of what each one does. So rather than going all the Did You Know steps to find one way, such as zooming in, you can just click on the All Gestures for your friendly reminder. In settings, I am going to put on the grid, and I'm going to do the 2-point perspective, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite tools to draw a 2-point perspective building. So on the left, you have your different tools, your brushes. When you go up, you can click on the size of your mark, and down is making it bigger. You can also do the opacity. By moving it up, it's more opaque. By moving it down, it's more transparent. You can click on the color and adjust the tint and shade of that color. When you find a color that you like, and I'm going to do a gray because I'm doing a gray building, and it's hard to find a color that you like and repeat it. So when you have one, you can click on the Add button in the upper left, and it is stored in your library. It says My Library. And so that color will always be there for every project, so you can refer to it whenever you need it. So when creating this artwork, I'm using the lines to help guide my drawing to be in perspective. You can zoom in. So that you can better see the lines. You can get more accurate. When you see the 2 dots, that is my 2 fingers zooming in and rotating, but the 1 dot, I'm using a stylus. You can use your fingers as well to draw. So here I am using the lines to create my sidewalk. Notice that they are parallel to the lines of the building I just drew, and that is because I'm using the grid lines shown on the paper. And I can create boxes for my sidewalk marks. Sometimes when you swipe left, it doesn't work, just try again. I'm zooming in to get a closer look at that line so I can try to, and sometimes it's hard to get the stylus to be super accurate, but that comes with practice and familiarity of your tools. When you click on a brush, you can choose the brush style type, and then from there you can pick the size, the opacity. So I'm moving it down to be more transparent, and then the color. And the tint and shade of that color. And if you love it, don't forget to add it to your library. What I like about the transparency is as you overlap it, you can see where it overlaps. And this would be cool to practice color mixing or just seeing how your marks do overlap each other. Where they cross is very interesting. You can also color with an opaque mark. And then use a transparent color and go over it, and it shows through the bottom. So this would be cool to do a pattern, different textures, and to have that continuous overlapping. When you create a shape and it is a closed shape, so the ends meet, you can tap inside that shape to fill it in. But if they are different colors, it will only fill in a color at a time, so you need to tap in those other colors. So I've overlapped it and created another darker shade, so I need to go ahead and tap those to fill those in. So you can use those lines again. It will be parallel if you are on the line. And here I'm just creating some windows. Using the grid lines to help guide my drawing so that it is within the correct perspective. And I can zoom in to get more detailed or have a closer look at what I did. And when I was zoomed out, I didn't do a great job of making the door a closed-in space so that I could fill it in with a different color. So I want to take a line and try and close that color, and that didn't work, so I'm going to try again. I want to close in that box. Now I'm going to find the color I want for the door. And I'm going to tap. It didn't work. So that means there must be a spot open. So I'm going to zoom in to get a closer look. And that must have been it because it worked. So not only can you use this app to draw, but you can use it to write. And with the brush tools, you can practice different calligraphy. Here I'm just using it almost as a pen with my stylus. And you can zoom out and see your creation. With the different brushes, you can create different widths, angles, taperedness. You can make the end sharper or more round. You could make the body fuller or skinnier. So really experiment with your lines to create different marks. And the more you experiment with lines, the different textures that you can achieve. When you are trying to fill in an area that is going off the page, notice how that didn't fill. You need to do the end and finish off the shape or it will not fill with color. So that is an important tip to keep in mind, that all areas of the shape need to be enclosed in order to tap it and fill it with a color, even the edge of the paper. So it didn't work. I need to go ahead to the edge of the paper, try it again. That didn't work, so now I need to go ahead and explore where that open space could be. The time-lapse feature is cool because it can show your process in real time or in quick time, and it would be fun to show your friends, your teacher, of your process of creating. You can also share it to Instagram, email it, download it to your iPad. You can include shapes. I do really like the people for a project like this to show the scale of your building or architecture creation. So just like zooming in and zooming out, you're going to use that same motion to make your person bigger or smaller. You can also use in the pens the bottom, that checkered, to just erase it. Instead of doing the 2 fingers swiping left, if you're really struggling like I am here, and then it will disappear. And if you do not want the person, just go ahead and click on the X